On this very day, 210 persons were slaughtered in one night, in less than 24 hours.
The video from the and homes destroyed in Yelawata, Nigeria.
That very day, it was raining. So, Fulani herdsmen, they invaded the community and claimed so many lives. Around 12 midnight, we started having calls from Yelawata that the Fulanis have come and they are killing, burning.
Friday night, I was leaving my house. See my house there. I come here, they shoot gun. Later, they come, they break the house. Where my brother is living here with his children. Thereby, they come, they kill people. They were breaking the house. Say, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
These first-hand accounts gathered by Truth Nigeria journalists describe the ongoing atrocities in a terror campaign to eradicate Nigeria's Christians. Judd Saul, filmmaker and missionary, the organizer of equipping the persecuted, highlighted this documentary as a way to sound the alarm.
We need to fight this thing threefold. One, America as a government needs to get involved with a very little. I'm talking very little of our resources. If we just did the very little bit of push an aggressive foreign policy, throw some sanctions, whatever it takes, I think we can put a significant dent in this and put a stop to this.
U.S. Representative Chris Smith of New Jersey, who has traveled to many dangerous areas in Nigeria, has introduced a resolution in Congress to help stop attacks fueled by religious hatred.
There has been an exponential increase in attacks on Christians and some Muslims, but Christians in particular. Protestants, evangelicals, Catholics, they're firebombing their churches. The Fulani are killing them with absolute impunity. We've called on the government in Abuja and the president several times to do what governments do, law enforcement. Use the military if you have to, but stop this genocide and do it now.
The resolution points to Nigeria's government's apparent open border policy that allows almost free access to the country. Fulani militants and ISIS-linked extremist groups from neighboring countries take advantage of this policy to carry out mass murder, rape, and kidnappings.
We're also calling on President Trump to reissue, which he did in his first term, the designation of country of particular concern. And that then gives the president wide latitude to impose sanctions. It's an excellent bill when it's used properly. It gets the attention of all the policymakers, in this case in Abuja. It says, we're not kidding.
During a White House press briefing, I asked Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt about the crisis in Nigeria. And do you know if there's any action that the president will take?
I'm not tracking a call between the president and the head of Nigeria. I know the president wholeheartedly condemns the persecution of Christians or, frankly, of people of any faith all over the world, but I don't have any updates for you in terms of sanctions in this part of the world.
Looking beyond any government response, Judd Saul is calling on the church and Christians in America to stand with the persecuted in Nigeria.
They need to pray. They need to be a voice for the voiceless. They need to be a voice for our persecuted brothers and sisters.
Kelly Wright, CBN News.
President Trump tonight is threatening to take action against Nigeria for what he says is the persecution and killing of Christians. In a post on Truth Social, the president said he has ordered the Pentagon to begin planning for a possible military action. Trump warned he will also, quote, immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. Nigeria's president says his country is not religiously intolerant.
To this now, U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened possible military action in Nigeria, accusing the West African government of allowing the killing of Christians. On social media, Trump said Washington might go in guns blazing to wipe out what he said were Islamic terrorists.
We'll know that over the weekend, social media was awash with reactions after U.S. President Donald Trump issued a stark warning to the Nigerian government, instructing the United States Department of War to prepare for possible action to wipe out terrorists in Nigeria. Well, Trump posted that warning on Truth Social. And of course, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but I'd like to read it for the benefit of our viewers. Trump wrote, if the Nigerian government continues to allow killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. And,
for example, Trump used the phrase disgraced country. How would he refer to Nigeria?
Well, President Trump is used to, I don't think anybody should worry too much about his use of language. Even is the same President Trump uses similar verbiage when it comes to even colleagues in the political arena. You hear of him talking of crooked Hillary, crazy Nancy Pelosi, Sleepy Joe, and the rest of that. So it's typical President Trump.
With his words.
Yes. So
you call Nigeria a now disgraced country. It wasn't disgraced under your rule. It's been disgraced a long time from inception. And it is up to us to make it honorable. But thanks for pointing it out to us. Because at least if the people who run this country will not hear us when we tell them, perhaps they will hear now that you are telling them how they've disgraced us all over the world. They come to you cap in hand, supposedly begging for charity from you, when you know how many billions they have stashed away in your banking system. So yes, the country is not just now disgraced. It's been disgraced for a while with your help. And I'm not talking about you, Donald Trump. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about the West. I'm talking about the rest of the world, including China, and all the other people who have provided succor to those who have destroyed this beautiful country. So yeah, it's disgraced, but it was never really engraced. It is entirely up to us to do with it as we will, if we can find the grace to engrace it. Now,
President Bola Tinubu is expected to meet with US President Donald Trump in the coming days to discuss his recent claims of a so-called Christian genocide in Nigeria. Special advisor to the president and policy communications, Daniel Bwala, discloses on social media, saying both leaders remain committed to strengthening cooperation against terrorism and insurgency.
Hello, great people. This matter between US and Nigeria, it don't pass wetin you think, as US President Donald Trump allegedly shunned Bola Ahmed Tinubu all effort for the Tinubu government to meet with the United States government to explain their side of the story and reach a middle ground. It has proved
these videos are now coming up again. The question, or maybe the conspiracy theory, is that Trump is going to invade Nigeria, which is not what he's written in the tweet, by the way. In the tweet, he specifically stated that he's coming to wipe out the terrorists. And that's what we're doing, to state the facts. Conspiracy theories or even just analysis are not really what the comment is on the Truth Social. Rufai, your thoughts?
You know, I knew this was going to happen. And you see, this is why. So an average Nigerian that is following the news cycle is confused today. Please, I am not a master of confusion. Let me clear your confusion. Let me clear your doubts. The problem is that Nigerian lives matter and Nigerians are being killed.
Yes.
So how can we solve the problem? Because the politicians that are talking all of this today, the same people shamelessly push religion and tribe when it's politics period. So now they will confuse you with this narrative. All we are asking, President Tinubu, stop the killings in the country. You blame Jonathan for the killing. And why I'm saying this is because the buck stops with you. Let's stop deceiving people. That
now disgraced nation called Nigeria. The question is Nigeria actually disgraced? It's not the country itself, or the country has been disgraced by the leaders, by the clueless leaders of that country. The judiciary is fucked up, the executive is clueless, the legislature is in darkness. It's like they don't even exist. They don't know what to do. They don't know their left from their right. And the electoral system is messed up. We are dealing with a truly disgraced nation whose leaders are watching their people being slaughtered on daily basis, and they go to sleep at night happy as if nothing is going on. The lives of Nigerians matter. I don't care if it is the life of Christians or Muslims, but this genocide didn't start today, as we can see from the video. And I am questioning Nigerian press. How come it is the foreign press that is reporting what is going on in Nigeria? Is that not a shame? Dear President Trump, if you meet Tinubu, when you eventually do, ask him this question. What happened to Deborah Samuel, the lady that was stoned to death in Sokoto? Ask President Tinubu, who are those people that have been fingered to be responsible for sponsorship of terror in Nigeria? Who are they? Why have they not been exposed? Until these questions are answered, Nigeria is not honest and not serious about fighting terrorism. Dear President Trump, ask President Tinubu, why is he still holding Nnamdi Kanu in prison? Why terrorists, killers are being celebrated? They are being given the opportunity to grant press conferences and giving government conditions. Why the same terrorists are being forgiven, taken back to the Nigerian army? Ask him these questions. And if he has no answer to these questions, please send him back to Nigeria and tell him to get serious on fighting terrorism. Until then, I remain open whispers. Be well, do good work, and please keep in touch. See something, say something, and please do something. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and please share the video. We'll meet again in this arena. Thank you.